the subject of focus, weak men.
They're weak when they don't know how to manage it. The emotions exist, of course, but the lack of control is where the problem is.
I hear you guys steady saying, well, when men show emotion, look at them as weak, right?
No, not show. Because some of them is very valid moment to show it. Something bad is going on, you're unhappy. Something's happy is happening, you smile about it. It's valid.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, bro.
Go ahead.
Hey, yo, what kind of upbringing did your father beat your mother, and did he beat you also, or was he there in the home?
I can answer your question. I just want to know if my personal life changes what is true and not true. I'm just wondering.
The man made a mistake, and everyone knew it.
Yeah, because you're saying psychology.
Because you're coming off as emotional, trying to get my personal life to change what's fact and fiction. So why the question?
Because I hear a lot of psych.
It either makes sense or it doesn't make sense, sir. Don't ask me my personal life.
Hold on.
It was a rough start. No, did he?
Hold on, it wasn't as personal. Hold on, fam. Hold on. It wasn't as personal. You don't know him. Why make the assumption that his parents abuse each other? Why make the assumption?
I didn't make the assumption.
Your question inferred it.
Hold on, Rico. We asking the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Let me hear hold on.
Fuck me then. Okay. All right.
No, it's not fuck you.
You're correct. You get the sticker for finding it.
Hold on, Bronx. Hold on. Because I agree with Bronx and I agree with what Rico's saying. I'm not understanding the logic behind your question, right? So I'm gonna allow you a moment before everybody jump on your ass to clarify what it is you're asking him and why you're asking him now.
He said it again, but it didn't help him.
It's a social thing, right? Society chooses what that looks like. So I don't think it just has to.
Also, forget he never said that.
I can't.
He never said that.
I can answer.
Never did.
I never said that. But saying he was going down that route, and I stopped him.
No, you didn't, sir.
Hold on.
Because I heard something and I stopped.
Hold on. He wasn't even going that route. I don't see where you got that from.
Can I address him?
On that route, then you got to say Cedric going that route, and you got to say No Filter going that route, because they all in agreement.
Man, I would like to address him and his question.
Go ahead, Bronx. Yeah.
All right. I'm hearing what you're saying.
The reason why I said that he went that route was because
I thought I was all right. You want to?
Hold on, 20. What you say, Bronx?
All right. I'm gonna try to make it like it's blunt and straightforward. I usually put a little sugar on top because people get emotional quickly, but basically what I'm seeing is that he had an emotional response to what I was saying, and the inability to not don't interrupt me, sir.
Hold on, 20.
Him.
The same way I asked everybody. Hold on, bro.
I'll wait.
The same way I asked everybody else to respect you, and they respected you, I'm gonna ask you to respect everybody else. If you can't do that, bro, then this ain't the spot for you. It ain't nothing but grown men up here and grown women up here speaking, and we're gonna do that respectfully. If you can't do that, this ain't the spot for you.
The his lack of control is proving me correct.
You attacked his words, and now he's rebuttaling, and you want to come off with this.
Look, 20.
He's proving me correct.
20. I'm tired of muting you. If I have to mute you again, I'm dropping.
You don't gotta even worry about that.
Agreement, a mutual understanding and arrangement between two or more parties.
So, with no emotional intelligence, you get a man like 20, because there was no emotional intelligence implied. Everybody understood that his statement was emotionally implied because he made an assumption. This man never said nothing about abuse. No abuse was never implied in anything he said. And mind you, I read the room before I even got up here. I let my offer sit there for a minute because I wanted to gauge the gap and see who was in here. So that man did none of that. So his response or his question, better yet, was emotional based. That shows no emotional intelligence. Because what did that have to do with the topic of conversation directed towards Bronx? Nothing.
It was an emotional jab. It was an emotional jab.
That was clearly how he felt for some reason about that man. So that was weird.
But see, I'm gonna add to that. What 20 was actually doing is searching for a way to invalidate what Brown was saying, with absolutely no logic whatsoever. That's why he brought up a completely irrelevant, illogical line of questioning, because he's attempting to invalidate what you said with no logic behind it. So he went searching for something. He went searching for something that he could use, which we all recognize to be incorrect.
Okay, now I want everybody to think about this for a split second. How many of y'all have had a similar comment? And this is no attack to nobody. I just want women to understand something too. Because when we say we go through a level of shit from dealing with men, ironically enough, how many men have had a similar conversation like that with a woman?
Daily.
Daily.
Emotional intelligence on full display.
That, imagine if they would have met out. Imagine if this would all been a face-to-face thing. Imagine how that could have potentially went.
Poor
with a
guy.
person having no emotional intelligence and making an accusation, and other men in the room being ready to defend it.
Exactly. The masses defending him would have made him feel a certain type of way. He would have reacted, and
That's what reading the room is for.
The question?
Because I've heard this before. I'll only run over a weak man. I'm happy that you said that in the comments, Magic, because I've heard this so many times. What is a weak man to a woman? What is a weak man to y'all?
Simple answers.
yeah, no. But anyways, what makes a weak man? To be honest, because men are kind of programmed to protect and care for women and place women above. What really makes a weak man is allowing a woman to control you.
Mm-hmm.
Personally,
Facts.
like Rachel pretty much said exactly what I wanted to say. Someone who is not able to regulate their emotions and they let their emotions overcome them, as well as a man who sits back and allows a woman to lead everything, make every decision, and they're not going to step until that woman tells them to. Kind of like the guys who haven't detached yourself from the womb.
How masculinity solves a problem.
Right? And this may sound fucked up, what I'm about to say. But when you break it, when you really think about it, and I'm not going to think about it for you, I'm just going to say it, it's up to y'all to think about it. I tell women, you about to get one or two emotions out of me. It's up to you which ones you want to get. As soon as I ask what you mean, you're going to get some good ones, you're going to get some bad ones. If you want some bad ones, I'm going to just send your ass to the door because I don't want to be like that to you. So it looks like you're going to have to accept these good ones. And if you don't accept the good ones, then you can't be here no more. And that's going to let me know who I'm dealing with at that point, sadly enough.
That's the most masculine way to resolve that problem.
No, it just sounds like the most easiest way to say something without having too much backlash, honestly.
A few moments later.
And I think it's funny that when he first proposed this question to Rose, he didn't throw in any qualifiers. It wasn't.
Yeah, I don't need any.
He just simply said,
You
if your husband said
be
you don't
quiet.
want to talk about
Yeah.
this right now, leave it alone. What would you do? And she said, I'll leave it alone. Then when we asked the men, they gave all of these qualifiers as to why they can't just leave it alone because it's important. And it made me think, like, I wonder if Rose, when he would have first asked her that, if Rose would have said it depends on the situation,
it would have proved my point.
Conversation.
It would have proved my point. But men and women are not the same, so don't expect the same reaction.
Hold on. Let me say this, because I say all the time, it does depend. It does depend on what the fuck the situation is. But I believe that's in both cases, right? If it's something that's dire right now, right the fuck now, we need to talk about this right now. We got some shit going on, and you ain't paid my motherfucking rent for the last 6 months because you've been spending on back. We need to talk about this right now. So you saying, oh, I don't feel like talking about that shit don't work for me. I don't give a fuck how you feel. This is a right now conversation.
Thank you.
Right? Same thing, vice versa. If you messing with a dude that sleep on your couch and he just stole your money out your room and spent it on whatever the fuck he just spent it on. This is a right now conversation, not when you feel like a conversation. So
this is not a conversation. If a man is stealing from you, there is no conversation.
Shit, that's not a conversation.
You get what I'm saying?
You throw
She right though. It should be the same for men though. We shouldn't be conversating with these women. We should just be excluding them, like I said, that they don't qualify. We don't have to teach them the ways.
You don't need to
What do you mean
anything.
Meaning
this is
the women, I can answer. Yes, we can. We can choose to not accept a certain kind of female. Yes. Preference.
Hey, Rox, this is where you lose me, right?
How?
Because you make statements where I'm like, okay, I can see where he's going. And then you say some other shit that totally negates what the fuck.
It doesn't. I wish I could speak for myself.
Like with you, right? You just said we should exclude women and just make decisions.
Yes, the ones
Hold
that
on.
have ruined it. We
Hold on.
exclude the
That's
bad
what you
ones.
said, right?
Yes, the bad ones.
But you are a married man. How many decisions do you make in your home where your wife has no say so? And when I say how many, I mean from the motherfucking furniture that's in the home to the motherfucking bills that's being paid.
Let
to
me know.
when y'all going on vacation, what aspect does she have no say so? You just regard what the fuck she. Hey, when I wake up this morning, you put on this motherfucking blue dress. You shut the fuck up. I'm on eggs, bacon.
That's extreme.
Waffles. And when you get in there, these kids gonna wear red tennis shoes today because I said motherfucking red. I don't care how you feel about it. The bills
Look like a red Sunday.
Because fuck what you talking about.
Yeah.
At what point? You say
I got the answer. I got the answer.
At what point?
You ready?
Do you allow her to say, motherfucker, you not doing this right?
When it's true, like if the bills are not getting paid, she's not safe. If there's something like it's literally not there, I can't flex with something I'm not actually doing. And as far as
what about if she has something to say to you that you might not think makes sense, but she can probably teach you to make it make sense? Like
it either makes sense or it doesn't.
Sometimes we don't always know everything. Somebody can teach us something, and just because you feel like it's wrong or it's not true, how do you know that?
If she tells me that the bills are not getting paid, but I'm looking at the statements, she could feel how she want to feel.
We're just talking about opinions. Women can have opinion in your marriage. Your wife can have an opinion.
So which opinion should I actually use? Because the opinion I gave wasn't worthy.
I got a question. Do you think the opinion of your wife is important?
No.
Yes. It's important in the decision that I make, not important superseding everything in my life. No.
But what decisions can your wife make without?
No, fuck that. Hold on, ladies. Hold on. No, fuck that. Your wife's input is not important.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
You said disregard anything the fuck she said. Anytime I'm disregarding something, that means I don't need to.
Can I repeat it so you could be very specific?
Now, Rico, tell me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Okay, so it's the way like I said, bro. I told you before.
I'm trying.
You better pick your words.
I'm working. I'm trying.
Lightly. If not, they gonna eat your ass up.
I'm here.
I don't think you picking your words lightly, and they tearing you apart. I'm telling you, it's like a pit of fucking piranhas and sharks in this bitch, and you just lie bait.
I'm not afraid of the confrontation. I just want it to be a fair back and forth.
Was Bronx wrong?
So in the long run, you are looking for a man who can make the final decision. That means regardless of what you say, he's gonna make that final decision. So everything, regardless of what Bronx is saying, you may not like it. Yet a level of what y'all saying does imply and coincide with exactly what he's saying. Because you want that man to be able to make a conscious decision that understands the emotions, that understands how to make a conscious decision, a right decision based on everything that doesn't imply his own emotions, based on how he feels in that moment. Even when it comes down to you, I'm mad at you, I'm angry, I want to scream and yell, but I'm not. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk to you, though. I'm going to be understanding to your feelings. Even though I'm mad because you yelling at me, you screaming at me, you talking shit to me.
Been there.
Yet I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to control my emotions because I understand that you're mad. I understand that I'm getting upset, yet I know that you need to vent this a little bit more than I need to vent this. So let me show a level of emotional control in this. So what you're looking for is that logical man still, with that emotional control, with that level of emotional intelligence. And the bad part is, as much as y'all want to put y'all foot in this nigga ass and turn him into a Jesus sandal and walk across the Red Sea with him, you're kind of agreeing with the man.
I think the point y'all missing though, like
it's the way he working that shit.
No.
Yes.
That shit is the problem.
There's too much logic going on right now.
It's not just the way he.
The following content is being shown in its entirety. Bronx Vet 85 is just a smart ass you're getting sounds too.
I hear what decisions you made in the sense that you live by, right? Not what other people could.
We're doing personal, like a one-on-one personal thing. We're talking about our personal stuff
You don't
only.
have to go in detail about your life. I'm not asking you to tell me about your wife and kids and how was your summer vacation. I go with fuck. I just want to hear about your personal morals, your personal stance on the situation.
Traditional. It's just a traditional setup. and that's the way I see it. It's the way it should be. It wasn't how I was always taught. You had to learn things in reality, in the real world. I lived in Cali, New York, Hawaii. I've been to Germany. I'm not just a 22-year. I'm a 40-year-old grown man with a family at home. So when I say things like, I love my wife and her opinion matters, but ultimately it's my decision. I'm not putting her down. Like I don't feel the need to coddle people that are doing things incorrectly. When you do it correctly, you get better responses. So I'm responding to what I believe is I call it masculine energy. The other gentleman says ego. Whatever it is, if I come across it, I respond to it in kind. I don't have to change what it is because of a special status. Or the rules got to be there. Immunity for this specific group. Either they're adults just like me, or they get special rules just for them. One of the two. You don't get to jump between both.
Okay, so look, with that being said, we both agreed earlier, right, that when it comes to men and women, we handle things as far as emotions different.
Yeah.
Right? So knowing that, and us stating that we are leaders, right? The same way Rico said earlier, sometimes it's not even what you really saying. It's just the words and the way you choose to say it. So knowing that as and knowing that they and women, you can feel how you want to feel. I don't care. This is our conversation right now. Knowing that they 9 times out of 10 gonna hear these words and these words trigger them.
Yeah.
Emotionally, right? One of the main words that trigger them: submission, submissive,
for sure,
submit, right?
Yeah.
When we know that these words trigger them, we're not saying don't stand on your stance, but make it in a way where they can hear what you're saying and not combat what you're saying.
Stop it.
You get what I'm saying?
Get some help.
When you're stating things in a certain way, people begin to listen for response and not for understanding, right?
I agree. I hear what you. Right? I hear you. I agree.
You're a very intelligent man. So we know with different people, we have to sometimes bring things in a different way. By you stating, I'm gonna do this shit because you're a masculine woman, or acting as if a masculine woman would act. Then you're also stating that me being a leader, I'm not going to lead you, but I'm going to allow you to run amok.
I'm not meant to lead. I don't lead everyone. I'm only leading my family. None of these women here are my followers.
You know the crazy part about that? I just had this conversation with Rico. The crazy part about that is being a leader doesn't only fucking equate to your woman, right? It equates to those people that you run across in society. It equates to your friends, your family, your children.
Not everybody's gonna make it though.
Hold on. It equates to the people at your job. It equates to the motherfucker you talk to at the motherfucking grocery store. These things, these qualities, these things, they shine through. It shows. So your followers are not chosen by you. These are the people who deem you to be worth following.
Yeah.
Right? So when we step on panels and we try to educate people, because I hope that's what we're doing and not always bullshitting, right? When we step on these panels and we try to educate people, we have to understand, as being the leader that I say I am, when I come in here, people are going to listen to my words and they are going to choose whether or not to follow what I said, whether it means follow me on social media and or take those words and spread them to other people, because now that is part of their belief. I have to be cautious on what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, so it's acceptable.
That was right.
Is there only one way to do it, though?
A leader. No. You don't never choose to be put like this. If anything happened and I got to go back home, from the moment I step off that plane, it doesn't matter how nobody felt or what they was trying to do or what they tried to divert. Everybody knows once I get off this plane and my feet touch the ground, if I'm in Burbank, Inglewood, it don't matter. Once my feet touch this California soil, what y'all wanted to do doesn't matter no more. It's what I'm going to do. And everybody moves on my accord. And I didn't choose this path. I didn't do none of this. They just all kind of came to me and started telling me shit, just little weird shit. And then my brother made it clear one day, if you touch down, I know it's a different ball game. Ain't no more room for no talking. It's whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking in my head, at least you know. Yet they've all deemed me to be their leader. When shit happens, problem happens, they call me with it. Just in case it get too far out of pocket, they understand we gonna call him to correct it. That's the leader.
Yeah.
When we need shit shut down, he gonna shut it down. When shit need to get handled, he gonna handle. When business need to be taken care of, we gonna call him. He gonna figure it out. We gonna get it done.
I'm in the middle of this. I'm in the middle between these two things.
And it's not the point of I decided to be like, I'm the leader. No, it was other motherfuckers saying that's the leader.
Yeah,
so like Turtle said, you don't pick and choose that.
my
shit.
wife picked me.
So yeah, there you go.
She picked me.
So understand, if she chose you for you to lead her, that means her opinion needs to be validated.
It is with my success. My success validates her choice, doesn't it?
Understand, because you reap the consequence, you reap the fall down, and yet she reaps the benefits if you reap the benefits. So I understand that. Yet the way you say it just sounds, the way you make it sound, like I said, you're not explaining, you're not giving the level of context.
I'm absorbing this.
Cold cut.
I'm absorbing it, and I'm learning from it. And from what I do understand, a personality like mine that does come off as abrasive slightly is remembered. And if they don't like me, the worst thing they can do is they can't say that I was not saying something true. So I'm not too worried about making friends. But I mean, my tribe is already full. I don't really need more followers. But if something makes sense, it's true. It's true. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
He said, "Fuck the understanding."
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to save the world or nothing like that. I get what he meant. He's correct in saying the delivery matters with what your end goal is. But my end goal isn't like, I'm not Jesus and nothing like that. I'm just repeating things that we've all understood as true. It just sounds worse when I say it.
It sounds worse when you say it than you say it horribly.
How I say, look at these people.
Not because
you have to understand that you're a representative. You're a representation of your people. So how you come off,
they giggle at the stuff.
You're gonna look at all of us like that, brother, man. Even if you're saying the right things, you attract more with sugar and honey than shit.
You know, yes. And with the way that I've been presenting myself at this moment, at the very least, a woman can know.
Do you
that
raise your sons like that?
To what? Be what they say they are?
When the way you speak, how you talk, do you raise your sons?
They don't talk like me. They're not grown men. They're little boys. They're supposed to respect their mother, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I understand that. Yet that doesn't answer the question. Do you raise them? Are you raising them to speak how you speak, cold, cut, clear? Fuck it.
To a certain extent, but not the exact same. They are aware of there's dangers, because the way that I teach my boys is that when you're outside of this house in the real world, and your mom's not there, your dad's not there, you're there on your own. So if you're not legit, if you're not standing on something proper, you didn't really deserve it or you didn't earn it, you're gonna get shut down. So like you can't even.
No, I understand.
But the talking smack part, yes. Once they have earned their position, yeah, say what you need to be said. Be proud of yourself.
Okay, so understand what Marty was just saying when it come down to representation of your people. And I tell people this all the time. See, I raise my kids a certain way. I'm on their ass about certain shit, especially when it come down to knowledge and the level of intellect, right?
Yeah.
I'm really, especially my boys, I'm always trying to fuel their mind, get them positioning, put them in certain positions, positioning right?
Yeah.
Because I understand this. They're going to grow up into the world, and they're going to meet a little girl who either has a mother like some of these females I don't care for, or they're going to have a father like a man like you, somebody I probably won't care for neither. And I don't want to deal with probably fighting somebody's family, because I'll take it there, because my brain ain't going to tell me to do nothing else but like, well, if I whoop his ass, he may understand if I think a little bit better, so we're just going to cut to all the action. Like,
if my son can't win over the father, if my son couldn't win over the father, then he shouldn't have the girl.
Hold on. With the way you talk, I wouldn't want nobody talking to my daughter like that.
I wouldn't talk to a little girl like that.
No, you're not listening. No, you're not listening. See, she's my little girl. Yes, she will grow one day and she will be a grown woman in the street. And it's young motherfuckers that got kids today that won't see her as my little girl, but yet she'll be a thick thing in the streets to another nigga.
That's always true, though.
And hold on. And I wouldn't want no son of yours talking to a daughter of mine when he had the upbringing of a father like you, because he's gonna preach
protect her.
The same thing that he's going to, as you should be over your children till you can't protect them no more. And I realize this one thing: I was a son all up until the day my parents went, and then I stopped becoming a son. That was the day I truly understood. Now you're a grown ass man, because you can't call your mama, you can't call your daddy,
That's
you
true.
can't call grandma, you can't call nobody. It's all on you. Literally, it's all on you. So with understanding a level of things, I wouldn't want my daughter to run into a son that was raised by a man like you, because 10 to 1, he's going to project exactly what he was raised up under his
To protect her
influence.
because she's the weaker sex. To have should be chivalrous and provide for her and take care of her.
Wow.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Saying it like that, I would tell her, reject it, because he don't know how to word his words properly.
That's me. She's not dating me.
No, hold on. No. If your son says some shit like that to my daughter, because you say shit like that, so eventually he'll adopt the ways of his father. If you are the
He would give his life to protect the woman he loved. He would be He would love her.
If he verbally said that to my daughter, if he verbally said that to me,
Can you say exactly what it is that was said? Just so that I know in particular, what are you referring to?
Listen to what I'm saying. Regardless, if you feel
he said what?
woman is the weaker too, even if she is the weaker vessel of the two,
he can't say true things.
Yo,
Yo,
is how you word those things.
If a man can't have your daughter unless
how you word those things will be the ultimate problem, is what you're not understanding. I'm not going to keep attempting to repeat it, and I'm not going to keep attempting to talk over you with it. That's why I keep muting you. And eventually, I'm not going to play the muting game. Like I said, I understand that women need a level of different wording so they can understand some shit, because they have a level of communication problems. I get that shit perfectly fine. Why? Because then 9 times 10, they think with their emotions. Okay, cool. So I need to be able to give you some logic. I need to be able to break through that emotional aspect and get you to understand something. I don't want no man talking to my daughter with no level of understanding.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Sons to be the man like you, even if you're protective, even if you're caring, even if you're all those things, the way you speak is the initial problem, is what I'm saying. Because if a young motherfucker with that mentality says some shit like that to me, oh yeah, you do, your daughter's the weaker vessel, I'll be on something like my whole other skin color.
That's ignorance.
No, it's you gonna learn how to control your words. If you if you talk about a man controlling himself,
the man decides what words he uses himself.
And his words can be dangerous and put him in a world of trouble.
I know. I would tell him that. I agree. I would tell him that. Be mindful of what you say.
But you are not mindful.
I'm not trying to court your daughter, sir. I'm not what you're looking for.
It's not. Oh my God! It is not about.
Why you give an example and I can't I think you got a little emotional behind that.
Shots fired! Shots fired! In the world, how everybody else raises their children, there's a possibility that your children will meet other people's children. Why? Because that's what people do. So if you raise your son in the image of who you are, like most men attempt to, because that's what we do. So I'm going to assume at this point you do the same thing, raise your son in the image that you are. If you speak like this about women,
this is the third time you're saying
stop it. Get some help.
I would not want my daughter to date your fucking child because he's raised like a motherfucker like you.
Cry about it. Do I have to hear it 3 times though? 3 times?
Hadouken!
What the hell I tell women? What the hell one or two emotions out. What the hell you want to get? What the hell you gonna get some good ones, you gonna get some bad ones. If you want some bad ones, I'm gonna just send your ass to the door because I don't want to be like that to you.